Alright, what's up, yins guys? Time for another video. And, well, this is a video I've been meaning to make. I know in some cases, you make videos like this, you're kind of kicking a dead horse, or it's a dead issue. But then there's also a saying that I kind of picked up, which is also true, that I seen somebody on YouTube who makes YouTube videos. But anyway, the saying is about harping on the subject that he even titled a video about. I'm good. Oh yeah, you may. He titled it somewhat like, yeah, you may not want me harping on the subject, but I will continue to do so. Yeah, John Schneider from the Dukes of Hazzard fame actually has his own YouTube channel. But anyway, he titled that for other subject matter concerning something on Hollywood, which this video is not about. I have opinions about that separately, but I'm talking about the statement. Yeah, something I will harp on because I've been meaning to kind of make the video like that because there have been other YouTube videos also harping on this and revisiting certain things that I've been seeing, and for some reason it kind of has prompted me to want to say stuff and make this video and harp on a particular thing. Also because I had conversations with people about things I used to do in the past, working in a factory. So bear with me. Somebody always say, just get to the fucking point already. Oh yeah, I'm going to. Anyway, this one thing about harping on too. Yeah, one of the factors working on a factory. And, you YouTubers like the conservative twins, which I was actually following, is bringing up some few dead horses and subjects too, which, a whole list of things, but anyway, and then other subjects like Jussie Smollett, and that whole fiasco, and more stuff on our TV news and Good Morning America and stuff is causing us to harp on some things. But okay, get on with it. One more thing before I get on with the subject. This was also one of the many subjects of saying that I actually came up with before anybody else came up with this. Maybe some of you out there probably already says something. I think I invented this saying about subjects and things you see on the news that make you want to face palm so hard you want to either get a football helmet or a knight's helmet for your head so you don't face palm so bad you don't give yourself a concussion, and at the same time wear a boxing glove so that when you face palm on the helmet you don't break your hand on the helmet. One of these subjects was okay, what I'm finally getting on with that relates that I wanted to say this when this shit happened, you know what I mean, but I was busy with a lot of things, moving to our new place from the old neighborhood, and then there was other things with the pandemic going. But alright, remember that race car driver, that whole fiasco about the noose? And first of all, Good Morning America in the news was talking about had us believing it was somebody took a rope and a noose and hung it there. But then there was another version of the story that was all over YouTube. It was this so-called noose, or a thing that looked like a noose, was cable clamp loop thingies on a cable that are connected to counterweights and raising doors up and down, everything from garages to industrial doors, okay? Which I wanted to make a video about this from the time that story came out. The conservative twins on YouTube, okay, they were right on that, and they were laughing their asses off about it and making fun of how they were coddling this guy. But anyway, because of the version of the story that there was no noose, there was just something that looked like one. You can have different sized cable clamps, okay? And I saw other videos for the conservative twins, like laughing about some things just recently or whatever, and finally making this video, and I was having conversations with people, both black and white, that I knew, even in my old neighborhood, about, and they were very receptive to this. And I worked with black gentlemen who worked next to me manufacturing a particular product of doors. So this is, even though I'm slow getting to the point, this is the very fucking reason why this one version of that noose fiasco with a race car driver, that got my attention right about YouTube videos and different stories that this so-called noose. And if that was the case, that is so freaking stupid, make you want to facepalm so hard. And I'd almost be wagering, right, that I worked with co-workers that were black, that we manufactured this product. Okay, I'll give you the story. I looked them up. They're in another part of Pennsylvania right now, without telling everybody my business's exact same location and that. But I worked for a place that made these industrial doors for many years, like a decade. I lived in a nearby town, but maybe 2 miles it took me to get to the industrial park where I made the industrial park that this company used to be located. Okay. And I'm, the tone of my voice and my patience with this, I have so many scenarios running through my head that I don't want to get too off the subject and be saying, you know what I mean, and making this too long of an ass video. And at the same time, I'm almost trying to make this video without laughing, because like Mr. John Schneider of the Dukes of Hazzard fame said in his YouTube videos, that saying, people don't want you to harp on this, but maybe somebody should harp on it. But let me tell you about the particular one product we made. We made every freaking, store or mall, right, has a loading dock, and a lot of times there's these pads around the door, okay, for the truck, keep the weather out, the truck pulls up against. But every industrial park door has a raising door that goes up and down. And matter of fact, a lot of times there's these compounds for a race car driver or garages, a type of door that raises and has a cable clamp with a little loop on it. Whether it was made by the company I worked for or not, but there was doors like that. But I made a particular product, sometimes that was ordered, that I don't think they have it anymore, but instead of the 3 pads on the door, left and the right and the upper pad, we had a product that had a metal frame, and then we made a pad and we kind of screwed it in the metal frame, right? And there was a metal rod, was a counterweight that a loop welded on the end of it, right? And the loop was put on there, and you had a loop that looked like a noose, okay? You took the fucking piece of cable, you had the cable sleeve you put on it, right? And you had a tool, if you will, that it looked like a set of bolt cutters. And some people that don't know very well would look at this tool and say it's bolt cutters, but it looks just like bolt cutters. But the only difference is it had little indentations, holes in the middle, where you would take the cable sleeve once it's on the loop and you made your little noose. That some idiots, oh, it looks like a noose. What the fuck are you gonna put a counterweight on there? Looks like a little noose, but that's what it is. Crimp the sleeve in it to make this little thing, and it holds the weight on, right? And in the other end, instead of the cable sleeve, you would also wrap the cable. For assembly purposes, you wouldn't have the cable sleeve that crimps permanently. You would have a clamp that you tighten with I don't know, some kind of tool. I forget, a screwdriver or a little, but the little U-bolt type deal to clamp the loop on the end. It's not a noose, but it was a loop, because you sell the customer the adjustable header door, right? And that end would be put on, and later, but it made a header thing that would go up and down according to what size truck somebody has, a higher or lower truck. But the shipping of the item, the item was pretty bulky in it because it came with a pretty heavy counterweight, right, and the frame that was made. But yes, there's many other door products, for example, raising doors are on industrial park doors for garages. Do you open and close the door? There's usually some kind of cable. Well, geez, even window weights to almost so many damn houses. I did temporary jobs where I actually, personnel service jobs, if you will, on assignment for jobs where I did little things for either construction, cleanup, and everything else. There was, I don't know, places that I would have to go to, maybe a main headquarters that had some kind of door, and everybody that had some kind of padded door or door of some kind, I'd be talking to the guy next to me, oh yeah, I used to make those or something. But I don't know, your assignment jobs would be in the back of a store, warehouse. So damn many people have these, you know what I mean? And, yeah, how fucking hilarious can you get? I mean, stories that, anyway, if you got this far in this video, how in the hell did that get blown up into an overblown, like, fiasco and drama? Good Morning America just allows that to happen? Okay, you put a news article, fine, and a guy got triggered, fine, okay? And I'm looking at this shit and said, I work next to people, both white and black, and when the story breaks, right, and I'm thinking, I almost wanted to wish I would run into old friends that happen to be black, that we made a particular product together and knew making cable loops that look like nooses to a race car driver if we're not laughing our ass off and face palming so hard that we need a football helmet or a knight's helmet and a boxing glove. Just looking at this shit, what? I mean, it's like totally ridiculous. I mean, I think that anybody who had anything to do with manufacturing a product should have been calling out these news media, like in a lot of ways, and just saying something. Everything from construction workers to factory workers, saying how ridiculous it is, because it's like, I'm almost having a brain overload now, not trying to finish this video really and have a brain fart. I don't want to have to stop this video and then think of what I'm going to say in the next video. You know what I mean? Where I have to stop this video and then make another video to finish what I'm saying and splice the fucking video together and post it. You know what I'm saying? But to end this, I'm saying, if you got this far in this video, what this was about, remind you once again, this was based on the version of the story that the whole fiasco and incident was the race car driver thought something looked like a noose that was just a cable. That version of the story, that used to look, all these YouTubers were saying. And not some version of the story that there was any noose that was like a rope, like somebody put a noose. Like when the story first broke, telling us, okay. For anybody to know what the fuck I'm talking about, you have to be familiar with that that there was that version of the story out there. And I don't know what version of the story did anybody actually put anything like a noose. But anyway, anything made with cables that happens to look like something, right, you can get somebody wanting to get attention. So you almost want to say this was the race car version of Jesse Smollett without actually saying that he was assaulted or anything. You know what I mean? That's why I'm saying this. And people need to quit being fucking robots and then make their own mind. Quit being so fucking scared to say there's more than one scenario to a fucking story, okay? More than one version of a story. Don't be so fucking scared of... Say the black gentleman next to you. I mean, the best thing that we can have is people of another race right next to you who were familiar with making a product. Say even if you didn't work in a place next to them, say you got in a conversation with a gentleman of another color or another race or something. Say you didn't work with him, but yet you crossed paths, and the things you had in common in conversation. I used to make this stuff. Like, say you were at another job next to somebody or something, or however the conversation. We need, as both people that are both black and white, need to have these conversations, not being fucking afraid that, this person of another color might get mad. The idea that both person of different races working next to each other should actually prompt some more open discussions about things, so that fucking ridiculous things on fucking news media don't get overblown and people just or believe in bullshit just because it gets sensationalized. You know what I mean? And if somebody don't speak up in one way or another there, that's when all the bullshit starts getting worse. I mean, if it's allowed to get worse. I think that's what I gotta say without making it this is a 16-minute long video already, so I'm just gonna end it here.